At the age of 18, I was able to drop out of high school, hit a 26K month, move to Dallas, move to Hawaii, move to Newport Beach, because I learned one simple skill that I leveraged to create an agency around. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys everything you need to know to actually get started running ads for beginners, whether that would be for info businesses or coaches or local businesses. Regardless, this is exactly how you guys are going to get started running ads in 2026. Because the old method, the old strategy, the king of the hill method, where you run 5 different ad creatives and then you split test and see which one's the most profitable and you scale that one and just turn off the losing ones, that doesn't work anymore. Now, with the new Andromeda update, they favor more creatives and they favor actually letting Meta choose which one is the most profitable. You'll see some of your ads have like 15 cents spent, 20 cents spent, and then your other ads have like $1,000 spent, $200 spent. The reason for that is because Andromeda is only going to push your ad out and spend money on it if they're confident it's going to get you a good result, which could be conversion or clicks, whatever your conversion event might be. They're only going to spend money on your ads if they're confident that it's going to get you a better result. In this video, I'm not going to break down to you guys anything on the ad manager because tons of videos on how to do that. And that's honestly the easy part of running ads. The hard part of running ads is understanding everything before you turn on the buttons, before you start getting onto the ad manager, and also what happens after the customer clicks off of the ad. Nobody talks about that. I wish I knew all of this information when I first started. That's primarily why it took me so long to land a client and also make money off that client. But now with this video, there's like no excuse for you guys not to sign a client and not to know how to run ads for them. So let's get straight into it. First things first, you need to have a good offer. So crafting your offer is super important because no matter how good your marketing is, no matter how good your sales is, no matter how good your funnel is, what you're selling has no demand, no one's gonna buy it. Aside from that, it could be a really good offer, but it just has no clarity, right? The messaging is not clear. No one understands what it really is. No one sees the value in it. That's another problem. Some people have offers that are really good, but the messaging and the angle they take with it is not that well. Therefore, no one really buys it. A good way to create a really clear offer is to break down into these couple things, right? The target audience, the problem your customers are facing, the desired result / transformation that your customers want, the description of the offer, and a CTA. So I would say start off by figuring out like who is this ad for? What do they already believe in? What stage of the process of buying are they actually in? Super important. And then finding out like the pain points that they face, like what frustrations are they experiencing and what is the cost of them actually not doing anything to solve that frustration. Now there's a million different types of offers out there. My offer is like running ads for coaches and agencies, right? Because that's my market, coaches and agencies. I'm running ads for them because maybe they're getting unqualified leads through organic, or maybe they're getting inconsistent leads through organic. Regardless, the solution, the desired result that they want is to have consistent lead flow, more qualified lead flow, coming through paid traffic. After you have your entire offer broken down, you know exactly who you're serving, the problems your audience is facing, the results your audience want, and you have a clear description and breakdown of what the offer actually is, then you can move into building the actual funnel. People will just turn on ads without even having a funnel in place. That's how most people start off. And if you don't know what a funnel is just going to be the whole process of like the customer journey. From the moment they see the ad to the moment they actually pay you, that's the entire funnel. The funnel flow I have here is just like first the ad creative. So someone sees it, they stop scrolling, and then maybe they click on it, and then it redirects them to like a landing page or a VSL, something like this, right? And then there might be like some sort of like type form or somewhere they could submit their information. On that landing page, after they click off the ad, it should like explain exactly what the offer is. You should have all your testimonials on that first landing page. You should have all of your nurture assets on that first landing page. You should have your VSL on that first landing page. The reason for that is because we are running ads to cold traffic. If we're running ads to warm traffic / retargeting, it would make sense to have just like a type form on there. But when we're running ads to cold traffic, more trust needs to be built. Therefore, more things need to be on the landing page, right? So when people try to put everything on the thank you page, it doesn't make sense because it's cold traffic, right? Why would they opt in, book a call without having all that stuff first to push them to actually book a call? So after they see the ad, after they click on the landing page, after they fill out the application form and we have their information, their email, number, name, they get a chance to book a call. After they commit to booking a call, picking out a calendar slot, they get sent to a thank you page. This is really important because this is where we start firing events back to our pixel. I'll break down exactly how you guys can set up your pixel as well, but like having that in place is really important because now we can optimize our ads to push towards more people that are likely to go to this thank you page. Because in our application form, we have a qualification process. So like if someone gets to the thank you page, They're qualified. They're the person we want to serve. So now we can fire those events back to our pixel, and then we can tell our pixel, hey, these are our type of people that we're serving. This is the audience. They have this much money to spend. They're in this location. They have this interest. And then Meta will start optimizing and pushing our ads towards those people. After that, they get on a sales call. They go through your sales process, make the decision, they close. This is our full funnel breakdown. It's 6 steps, super easy. You can take a second to look at it, but this is just a straight direct to VSL funnel. So after we understand what our offer is, after we understand exactly how the funnel is structured, we want to set up our tracking and our pixel. So if you don't already know what the meta pixel is, I'll break it down to you in like a simple way. The meta pixel is just a piece of code that you install on your landing page wherever you're redirecting your traffic. So let's say they're clicking on a VSL page. I'm going to put my piece of code on that VSL page. That way it can track every event that happens. If someone submits an application, if someone just views the page, if someone opts in, if someone goes to thank you page, every single step from clicking off of the ad to going to the website, I can track now, and I could use that as leverage to target better people and also see where my funnel is lacking as well. The reason this matters is because the meta pixel tells Meta what success actually looks like, what your desired outcome is, your conversion event, so that I could find more people likely to convert. The meta pixel is just a learning system. It tracks actions on your site / your funnel. It helps Meta optimize delivery. And after you install it to your website or funnel, you want to connect it to your ad account. So make sure the right pixel is selected in the events manager. You can find that on the left-hand side. Verify the domain, verify every single step in the funnel, and then set your conversion event. So you could set that on to be booked calls. You could set that on to be application submitted. For me, I do book calls because that means they've already filled out the application. They've been qualified, and anyone that's on booked call page is qualified. These are some examples of like different events you could track. Page view, lead, complete registration, purchase. These are different types of events you could use. Me personally, I create a customer event. I put the URL of my thank you page, and then I just tell Meta to start optimizing for more of those people. Now, after we have our offer built, after we have our funnel built, after we have our tracking set up, we want to actually get into how to create creatives, because creatives is a new way of targeting, right? Unlike the old way of creating 5 different ad scripts and just swapping out the hooks of each one and just testing out different hooks, testing out first 3 seconds, that doesn't work anymore. We want to create completely different ads. Each creative needs to be completely different. Instead of making similar creatives and just switching out the hook, we want every single creative to be different now because we're not testing variants, we're testing concepts. There's a difference. So the way I structure my ads is in the first 3 seconds, I'm going to call out the pain point of the prospect, and I'm going to pick completely different avatars, right? I'm going to run 20 ads, completely different avatars. Each of them, I'm going to call out the pain point of that avatar in the first 3 seconds. Then I'm going to get into the problem. Then I'm going to get into a story / building authority, building credibility, because remember, these are cold traffic ads. Then I'm going to go into a breakdown of the offer / the solution. Last but not least, CTA. You want to make sure that when you're breaking down your solution / your offer, it's super, super clear on what it actually is, because this is cold traffic. They're not buying off of the identity. They're not buying off of the person that's selling it. They're buying specifically if the offer makes sense or not, right? They'll find out if you're credible later on, but when they first see your ad, they probably don't know who you are. They literally don't know who you are because it's cold traffic. So the main thing is to make sure that when you're breaking down the solution, you're breaking down the offer, there is so much clarity there, and it's an irresistible. You want to make sure it's recorded in vertical. It's around 15 to 45 seconds. You're talking to the camera, a strong hook in the first 3 seconds, clear CTA, clear offer. The reason this matters is because creatives are usually the biggest factor in ad performance. Great targeting cannot fix a weak creative. Like I said, interest doesn't work. I personally put no interest. Everything's A+ for me, Advantage Plus, because my creative is so good, my pixel is so conditioned that Meta already knows who I am targeting. So after we have our funnel built, our offer built, our tracking and pixels set up, we understand how to build ad creatives. We want to actually move into the fun part, which is the strategy of testing our creatives. In 2026, we're going completely broad, like I said. We want to have one broad ad set with no interests, no lookalikes. It's broad, open, automatic placements. If anything, I'll just change the placements myself, right? I'll do manual placements, but like targeting is Advantage Plus. That's the main thing. I'll do 20 different avatar ads. So each ad speaks to a different avatar. I'll give you an example. For me, my offer, I'm scaling coaches and consultants and agencies. So I can create a bunch of different avatars. One of them is here. One, for example, would be a new coach with no proof. Another one could be a coach with proof that needs more leads. Another one could be an agency owner that's stuck between 10 to 30K a month. Another one could be an agency owner that has a team that just wants to scale more. Another one could be a creator with an audience that doesn't even have an offer. There's so many different avatars out there. This is the new way of running ads. making ads towards specific avatars rather than picking one and going all in. So after you have all of those ads in an ad set, which by the way, you can put 20 fucking ads in one ad set now. We just let our Pixel and Andromeda do the work. They'll start optimizing based on our conversion events because their AI is so powerful. We're gonna do one ad set, 20 ads that speak specifically to a different avatar. We're gonna go completely broad and let the Pixel optimize. When we're running different concepts and we're testing concepts, we're testing who is this ad for. We're testing exactly if this promise, this offer we make to this avatar actually works. The core idea behind all of this is that we're not testing which hook wins, like I said. We're testing which avatar message match wins. We're testing which ad resonates with which avatar the best. If you're not building ads for every single avatar you're under testing, it's better to have more avatars and test more different audiences than to have not that many. And the way we're setting up our campaign is pretty simple. When you're first starting out, you can only spend up to $50 a day on an ad account. So you want to spend generally like $20 to $50 a day. Just go completely broad with your location, with your age range. If you want to change your placements, you can. That's what I do. I usually just do Instagram placements because that's where I convert people. And yeah, that's basic, because that's where I convert people. The Advantage Plus that I use the most is just going to be for the targeting. And then when I'm testing it, like I said, one ad set, 20 ads, each targeting a different avatar in the same ad set. The budget I'm running is $20 to $50 a day, and I'm going to let it run for 3 to 5 days before making any decisions, right? I'll still turn off ads, but like after like 5 days primarily, because I want the most data possible. And I know that like Andromeda is not going to spend money on an ad if it's not going to make me money, or if they don't think it will make me money, right? So I let it go for a little bit longer. Sometimes I'll even do 7 days, 14 days before I make a decision, depending on how much ad spend I have. And then some of the key metrics that you guys need to know before getting into advertising are these: cost per 1,000 impressions, so CPM. So how much does it actually cost us to reach 1,000 people? Not for 1,000 people to buy, but for us to reach 1,000 people to see our ad. How much does that cost? The CTR will tell us if our creative is lacking engagement or not. Our cost per lead, super important. It tells us exactly how much does it cost us to generate a lead or like a form submission on average. Our cost per booking, how much does it cost us to get a booked call? Pretty straightforward. Our cost per sale, how much does it cost us to actually get a customer? So not booking a call, not becoming a lead, but actually paying us. Some of these are not going to be on the ad manager. Like you might have to have some third-party way of tracking. If you guys want tracking systems and templates, I have so many. Just DM me on Instagram at RamaAlvand. Those are all the metrics you basically need to know. Moving into number 9, which is the last thing, just like scaling the ads. So after we tested them, we built everything on the back end, we want to scale the ads. So we'll turn off the losing creatives, we'll review performance, and the ones that don't give us that much of a return on investment, we'll delete. And the ones that are winning, we'll actually duplicate. So we'll clone them, and then we'll put them into a new ad set and increase the budget slowly over time. So like we can add a setting where every single day the budget increases by 20%. And the reason why this is important is because these ads are profitable. Like we have proof of concept that they're profitable, so we could increase the spend every single day. And another thing is we're going to be testing new batches every single week. So every week reintroduce and evaluate brand new fresh concepts. Now, what I want you guys to understand before scaling ads is that when you scale, you want to test more creatives. That's how you get more data on what to scale. Not from just like changing targeting, changing your pixel, changing interests. That's not how you scale. I wish I knew all of this stuff when I first started running ads, because I would be, number one, making more money with my agency. Number two, I would have not wasted that much time. Hopefully you guys took away some value from this video, because everyone's just teaching you how to like click a few buttons on the ad manager. No one teaches you how to build an offer. No one teaches you how to build a funnel. No one teaches you all the stuff that you actually need before running ads. And by the way, you guys could get access to this entire Notion template just in case you guys want to use it when going in and running your own ads. I know this would have helped me when I was first starting out. If you guys want it, just DM me on Instagram at RamaAlvand. And if you guys want to learn how to build your own agency, sign clients, and do exactly what I'm doing as well, there's a link in the description for you to apply to join Alvand Academy. This is where we're helping a bunch of agency owners and growth operators scale by signing more clients, systemizing their business, and reaching all their goals. But other than that, boys, I appreciate you guys for watching the video. I'm out.